Hello, ladies, and welcome back to Get 'em Girl, a girl's guide to relationships, femininity, dating, polarity, and attraction. Okay, ladies, so today I want to get really practical with you all about our femininity because it's not always where it's such a deep work. Most of it is deep work. I won't say it like that. But what I will say is there are things that you can start doing today that will make you feel more feminine, look more feminine, and add to your feminine journey. Okay, ladies, it's not about being perfect, but it's about doing the small steps every single day that's going to help move you along your journey. And there are some very practical everyday things that we can start doing to help us in that pursuit. Okay, ladies. So let's just go ahead and jump into the habits. I don't want to take too long on this. Okay, so the number one habit of a feminine woman is she maintains good hygiene and good grooming. Okay, ladies, so yes, we're washing our hair, we're taking our daily baths and our showers, we're moisturizing our skin, we're making sure our nails are groomed. All of these are very simple things, but they speak to the fact that you take really good care of yourself. Okay, it speaks to the fact that you will not allow yourself to just walk around any kind of way. You have pride in how you look, you have pride in how you carry yourself, and these are a few ways that you can just make sure that you get that message across. And especially when it comes to looks and want to present a certain way and all of that, your hygiene and your grooming is going to be foundational. Okay, so these are things that even if you get the hair wrong, even if you get the style wrong, even if you wear the wrong outfit, your hygiene and your grooming need to be right. Okay, so it's going to be really good for you to start figuring out products, hygiene products, all these different skincare products, all of these things so that you can establish a really good base for yourself. Okay, so habit number 2 is going to be, it's not going to be for all women, but this is for my feminine ladies who are really willing to go the extra mile. So habit number 2 is even when she's at home, she's doing something for herself. She's getting dressed. She's doing skin routines. She's doing something as far as maintenance for herself. She's not just walking around all day looking crazy. She is actually putting work into herself, even if she is at home all day. Okay, ladies, and especially in today's day and age, everyone has kind of grasped the idea that we're at home more like for work and different things like that, to where there are loungewear lines completely dedicated to the fact that we love to lounge at home but also look cute. I don't know if anyone has heard of the Fancy Homebody, but I love their stuff. If you go on there, you will find really cute stuff that you can wear at home. Very cute sets and different things like that. So even when you're at home, taking care of yourself, even when you're at home, pulling yourself together a little bit instead of walking around in a bonnet and sweats, just doing something to make you feel better. And it's even when you're at home by yourself, ladies, because to look good is to feel good, and we want to still be doing that for ourselves because our femininity is for us first. Okay, ladies, so that is going to be habit number 2. I know it's a little bit more of a out of the way kind of thing, but I do think that it adds to the feminine journey when you learn to take time to do those kind of things even when no one else is around. Do you get what I'm saying, ladies? So, let's go ahead and hop into habit 3. Habit number 3 is she plans her day. She plans her day. Okay, ladies, and I know there are some women that are super scheduled and every hour of their day is planned out. I'm not saying you have to plan your day to that extent, but I feel like you should have some overarching goals that you have planned for the day, things that you know that you need to be completing, okay, so that you can go through that day checking those things off of those boxes and getting them done, okay, because as feminine women, we have goals. As feminine women, we have things that we're going after. We're not just sitting around twiddling our thumbs, okay? And a woman who plans her day, a woman who plans her day and how she's going to move that day is a woman who is taking baby steps to her goal, is a woman that can make sure she's checking off boxes to get to her goal instead of letting the day be chaotic. Okay, ladies? So if you like your planners, use those. Get a to-do list going, something of the sort to give you structure, okay, so that you can make sure that even in your feminine walk, but any journey that you're on, whether it's weight loss, diet, whatever journey that you're on, make sure that you can plan those things into your day and structure them so that you make sure that you're going after it. Okay, ladies, so hopefully that's all making sense. Okay, so the fourth habit is that she drinks her water and she pays attention to what goes in her mouth. Okay, ladies, and that is super important, especially for us as feminine women. Okay, our energy, our skin, so much relies on our nutrition. And so we're not skipping meals and starving ourselves. We're actually being mindful about the things we're eating. We're trying to eat things that have really good nutritional value, things that are going to help to produce the image that we want to see in ourselves. We are taking care of our bodies, ladies, okay? And our bodies are temples, so we should be taking care of them regardless. But especially if you are a feminine woman, the standard is even higher to make sure that you are taking care of yourself, because when you do that, it works from the inside out, ladies. People can see you and start to tell that you are actually eating the right things and drinking your water and taking care of yourself, okay? Because you want the beauty to shine from the inside out. Right, ladies? So all of these things that we take in, they actually end up showing. Just give it time and they actually end up showing in our face, in our skin, and all of that, ladies. So you want to make sure that you're actually taking really, really good care of yourself, okay? Let's go ahead and get into habit number 5. Number 5 is she keeps her space clean and calming. And I know that you're probably like, what does that have to do with femininity? Well, here's the thing. What you don't always tend to recognize is that your environment has a huge effect on your mental. Ladies, it really does. I don't know if you've ever went into someone's house and it was just cluttered and chaotic. And when you get into a space like that, it feels like you can't even think, like you can barely breathe, let alone actually get some thoughts circulating, because the environment that you're in actually does affect your mental. Okay, so we want to be taking care of our space and setting the scene for us to be able to let go and be feminine in our space. Okay, letting it be clean and calm, and lighting candles to give us a little bit of sensory, okay, so we can be feminine and relaxed in our own space. Your space is your sanctuary, okay? You want it to be peaceful. You want it to be soft. This is where you unwind. This is where you come and you recharge. Okay, ladies, this is how you come and you kind of feed back into yourself so that you can go back out and be the feminine woman that you are. So your space is super important to keep up as well. Okay, you do not want to be shortchanging yourself and have yourself habitating in a place that's chaotic while you're trying to go through a feminine walk. Okay, it's really hard to do. So make sure, just as we take care of ourselves, just as we take care of our insides, we're taking care of the insides of our homes. We're taking care of the spaces that we dwell in, because that's also really great for our mental. Okay, ladies? Okay, habit number 6 is she walks with confidence. She walks with confidence. And I say this is a habit because this is something that you practice, ladies. This is something that you put in your mind as you're walking to make sure you're walking with confidence, because you want to exude that, okay, ladies? And so when you walk into a room, you should be walking into a room as if you own it. I don't care if it's the grocery store. Okay, you walk up and you grab that buggy and you be confident and cute while you do it. Because honestly though, ladies, in the way that we carry ourselves, you can feel the difference between when you're like slumping and you don't care how you look and you don't care and you're frumpy, as opposed to when you're walking with confidence, okay? When you have confidence in self and you're walking and your back is straight and you're looking people in their eyes, it's completely different. And you yourself feel it, but it also emanates to other people. Okay, ladies? Let's get into habit number 7. She listens more than she speaks. Ladies, we got videos on this habit right here, because a lot of times the person that's doing the most talking is the person that's exposing their hand, they're oversharing their information, and you find out that they're really not as smart as they would want you to believe. Okay, ladies? So the feminine woman actually listens more than she speaks, because when she listens, of course, she's gathering information. She's reading the room. She's figuring out certain things about the dynamics and the people around her. But furthermore, when she speaks, when she finally decides she wants to chime in, when she decides that she has something to say, there's intention behind it, there's meaning behind it, and she's not going to just be speaking in vain. She's going to have something that she has to add. She's going to have value that she's about to add to the conversation. Okay, she's not worried about just spurtering off a bunch of facts or saying little random things just to fill the air. She's okay with the dead space. And so when she speaks, there's a reason for it, there's meaning behind it, and there's value behind it. Okay, ladies? So get okay with letting there be a little bit of silence. You don't have to fill up the silence. You do not have to fill up the silence. And you do not have to fill up the silence with your information. Okay? Because sometimes talking too much gets you to oversharing. And we do not, as feminine women, want to be in that space. Okay? Because we protect our business. We do all of that. Okay, ladies? We protect ourselves, and we do that by thinking before we speak and listening to what's going on around us, so that we can make sure we're in a safe space to even be speaking to these people in the first place. Okay, ladies? So, and that kind of feeds into number 8, which is she protects her peace. She protects her peace. Okay, ladies? Yes, we want to protect her and a provider, but we also protect ourselves. Okay, you say no when you need to. You avoid gossip and getting into a lot of drama because it disrupts you as a feminine woman. Okay, you don't explain every single decision that you're making with other people just for the sake of making them feel okay about what you're doing. Okay, you know how to protect your peace. You know how to get somewhere and feel calm and not have to be in the mix with all the crazy stuff that's going on. You know who to allow in and who you need to keep a little distance between. You protect your peace so that you can be like a well-oiled machine in this feminine journey. Okay, ladies? Your peace is going to be so essential in your mindset and in your decision making as you're making choices in your feminine journey, as you're making choices in the dating scene, as you're making choices in your relationships, whatever it is, you need to have peace behind it so that you're not making decisions out of chaos. Okay, ladies? So you're not making decisions coming from a place of lack. Okay, so you're not making decisions coming from a place of disruption. Okay, so I'm hoping that makes sense. You protect your peace as a feminine woman. Okay, habit number 9, she budgets her energy just like she budgets her money. Okay, ladies, you do not have to be there for every single body every single time. You do not have to do that, okay? You do not have to overextend yourself. You do not have to be overly productive. As feminine women, we need rest. We need time to reset. Okay, we need time to get our minds right and to recharge. Okay, because whether you know it or not, being a feminine woman in the world, when you're meeting people and interacting with people, they're actually feeding off of that energy. Okay, so you need time to yourself, time to relax so that you can kind of feed back into yourself what people love to experience from you. Okay, honor yourself in that way to make sure that you are not driving yourself into the ground by trying to do so many things. Give yourself time and space to just be. Do you get what I'm saying, ladies? Be in your own space and relax. Be in your own space and not be thinking about the next thing that you have to do. Okay, ladies? You have to give yourself that time. As feminine women, we require it. Okay, ladies, and number 10 is like one of my favorites. The feminine woman always adds her feminine touch, whether it's your staple perfume, okay, ladies, the way you wear your hair, the way the car smells like florals when you get in it. What I'm saying is the feminine woman always finds a way to romanticize her life. She always finds a way to add a feminine touch to her life. And I absolutely love that about us, because feminine women are so creative that every single thing in her life can be touched with that femininity, and it creates beautiful, beautiful experiences. And so, of course, this is habit number 10, but I hold it in such high regard because it's a part of living a feminine life. It's a part of making femininity a part of your day, a part of you. Okay, ladies? So please don't forget to take those little instances to romanticize things, to actually make something a little bit more dreamy than it would be, okay, if someone just was to leave it as is. Okay, ladies, allow yourself to do that because it creates such beautiful experiences, and give yourself the time to actually take them in. Stop and smell the roses, ladies. Okay? So with all that being said, I hope that y'all enjoyed this video. I hope that these were very practical tips that you can use in your day-to-day life. That's what I was hoping to accomplish with this video. So in the comments, let me know if this does help you. Let me know what tip that you are going to start incorporating in your day-to-day. And if there is nothing else I have to say, ladies, I gotta tell you thank you for watching another episode of Get 'em Girl, and I will see y'all next time. Bye.